Hey guys, so this year I've been intentionally trying to live seasonally, trying to embrace the seasons, and part of what I've been doing is kind of like every season I'm creating a little basket. I'm calling it my mother culture morning basket. I kind of share about that on my homeschool channel a bit, and it's just some different ways that I'm learning and trying to grow, and books I'm reading, generally non-fiction books because I'm always reading a ton of fiction books. So that's just kind of like one of the ways I'm trying to live seasonally. And one of the things I wanted to start now in the fall is setting seasonal goals. I love setting goals. I set goals at the beginning of the new year. My birthday's in May. I always set birthday goals, and then I generally set some goals kind of like around September, just generally for like the school year. That's generally more my educational goals. And then now let's throw some seasonal goals in here as well. So I have 6 goals that I have for the fall, and I've been trying to be intentional with breaking down my goals so that I have smaller sub goals I can kind of check off. I'll kind of talk about that as I share my goals. And I don't care if I fail on some of my goals. I'm okay with things changing. Some of my goals are kind of dependent on what is happening with our foster care situation. You know, if you were to ask me today how many kids I have, I don't even know how to answer that. So if we have 4 kids, my goals might be different than if we have 2 kids, and so this may adjust. I'm okay with that, but I like to push myself. One of these goals is for sure going to push me. It's going to push me very, very far out of my comfort zone, but I think it will be fun. So let's start with my goals, and then I'll kind of explain some of my sub goals. My very first goal is one that I've been putting off now for years and years. So I want to complete photo albums for 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Earlier this year I did my 2015 photo album. Yeah, so for a number of years I did photo books. I printed out a bunch of photo books, and I liked that format, but when it came to 2015, I started doing it and I was just overwhelmed. So 2015 was our first year having Ephraim home. Like first full year, and I just had so many pictures and I couldn't choose. Like I couldn't reduce it enough for a photo book without the photo book being crazy expensive. I completely designed the photo book and then realized how expensive it was going to be. So then I ended up just going like the photos and the photo album route. And I think I'm just going to do that for the rest of these years because the photo books take up a lot more time. So how I've broken it down is order 2016 photos, 2017 photos, 2018, 2019, 2020. I have those each as their own thing because it's more things to check off. I need to order photo albums for them, and then finally I need to put the photos in the albums. You'd think this would be pretty easy, but I take a lot of pictures, and we store all our photos on the Prime, the Amazon Drive thing, whatever you get for free for Prime. But I think that I didn't put all my pictures on there. I still need to go through hard drives of digital photos that I've taken. So it's a lot more work than it sounds. Going through and ordering for the photos is actually going to be the most work. So that's why they kind of have their own check boxes there. But it shouldn't be too hard. It will just be time consuming. So I think I want to get all of this done, but if I have to slide a few years over into like winter goals, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay, and then my next goal that I wrote down is the one that is going to push me way outside my comfort zone. So this year I am going to attempt to participate in NaNoWriMo, so National Novel Writing Month, which I believe is November, I'm pretty sure. And the challenge, I just looked it up yesterday, the actual challenge is to write 50,000 words of a novel in November. I would like to write books eventually. I have an idea for like a nonfiction book, and I have an idea for a fiction book, but I think the book that I'm going to write for this is going to be something completely different, just for fun, not something that I really ever plan on publishing. I have no idea what it's going to be at this point. So my like sub goals that I have are like come up with a story idea, starting really basic. It will probably be like middle grade because I feel like that would be easiest to start with. Write an outline, and then I have check boxes for 10,000 to 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, and 50,000. Yeah, so if we are fostering and have both our kids at that point, 4 kids total, I might scrap this goal. But if I have more time, because we only have 1 or 0 foster kids, then I'll have more time and I can give this a try. It's something that's always been interesting to me, and I feel like it's kind of a cool challenge. So I threw that on there this year. Next goal is very practical. I want to complete some fall cleaning. I have 4 points on here. There's definitely more I want to do for my fall cleaning, but my major things are to shampoo my carpet, which I might even be able to do later this week. Wash walls and wash windows and finish my major decluttering. There are some like smaller spaces that I will need to declutter as time goes on. That might be more of like winter project, but I want to finish like my major spaces. So that is another goal. And then I kind of went out of my comfort zone. I get inspired when I watch other people's videos or read things or whatever, but lately I've been inspired by Morgan Long and like the sketchbook that she creates, keeps. She's been doing a lot of like, I think, acrylic painting. And so originally my goal was going to be to start a sketchbook, but I thought I would make it easy on myself and have my goal be complete 10 pages of either a sketchbook or my art journal. I actually started working on my art journal yesterday, which was part of fall, so I guess I can check one off already. So it might be a few pages from one and a few pages from the other. It might be all my art journal, or it might be like all or majority of sketchbook. We'll see. I always say I am not artistic. I cannot draw worth anything. I can't even make a stick person look like anything above what a 4-year-old can make. But I think I could like maybe follow some videos online and do okay. I don't know. But it would be fun to maybe push myself a little bit. So then for my check boxes, I just have like page 1, page 2, all the way through to page 10, because yeah, that one should be easy enough, but it always feels good to check things off. My next one is go on my like 3 major autumnal outings. So I have 3 things locally I like to do. There is like an orchard by the river that I like to go to. There is a walk around the river that I like to go to. And I always like to do the corn maze with my kids. So those are my like 3 autumnal want to do every year things. And actually we checked one of these off on the weekend. We went on the walk around the river, and it was gorgeous and beautiful, and that's the same thing. But it was a nice little walk, and I'm so glad we did that. And so I can't wait to check off the other 2. And then my last goal is to lose weight. Now this is like the first time that I've really put this on a goals list. I've never struggled with my weight, probably thanks to having bowel diseases, but this year has been stressful, and I am a emotional eater. I eat with every single emotion though, not just a particular one. So I've gained some weight, and I would like to get back to my previous weight, my weight of 8 months ago. So I have that on here. Some things I want to do are to choose healthier snacks, maybe less chocolate, less cheesy popcorn, slowly reduce and eliminate my evening snacking. I never used to do that. I never used to eat after supper until a few years after I married Jared and he started rubbing off on me. So I want to stop that. And I think I have reduce and eliminate hot cocoa with 4 question marks after it. This is like my hot beverage of choice, and I make it with cashew milk that doesn't have a lot of calories, but then there's cocoa and there's some sugar in there as well. Overall, I think it's still less than 150 calories for the entire drink, so it's not like huge, but it obviously contributes to calories, and I would like to reduce that, so there's 4 question marks. We'll see what I end up doing there. And then I want to make sure I have 7,000 steps a day minimum on here, because yeah, that's my minimum. And then I have check marks for certain pound numbers hit. I thought about sharing my actual weight goal on here, but it's weird. I don't have any problem saying what it is that I weigh or how much I want to weigh, but I know some people have issues with numbers and scales, so I thought I would leave it off. So I'm not going with specific numbers here on camera, but for myself I have a few like, what's the word I'm looking for? Markers along the way where I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I got that far, and then like try to get that far. So that is all I have for goals for this fall. I like this is probably the first time where I've actually gone and like broken down each goal into actionable steps and like sub goals that I get to take off, and this will probably help me accomplish them better than my previous goals lists. Curious to see how this goes. I plan on checking in when winter starts to see how this went, just in general, if I hit my goals and if I think that doing it this way made any sort of difference whatsoever. I would love to hear if you ever, or if you are going to set some fall goals, what kind of goals are you setting this year? Thanks for watching, guys.